Hey, what's up, janglers? So we already did a video about attacking and getting the basic resources, gold and mana. So we're going to talk a little bit more about the resources, all the different kinds. We're going to go over each type of them, where you get them, what to spend them on, and what not to spend them on. Because if you're like me and you're new to a game, you don't want to waste your resources on unnecessary things. You want to know what to use them for and when to save them, when to spend them. So that's kind of what we're going to go over on this little guide here, this resource guide. So the first resource that we're going to go over, and some people may not realize this, but the builders. The builders are a big resource because you do use them. You use them to build. They do pretty much self-replenish themselves. When they're done building, you can use them again. But as you progress in the game, as your buildings get higher and higher level, it takes a long time to level them. Like, let's look at this town hall. If I want to bring this to 20, it's going to take me 24 days. So that's 24 days that I don't have a builder that I can use for other things. So what you want to use your builders for early on is, one, the town hall. I think it's important to upgrade that pretty much whenever you can. I don't think the mic getting too high is that big of an issue, as much as the time it's going to take to upgrade that town hall, because it takes the longest. Another thing that's good to upgrade is the relic hall, because spells are very useful, especially later on in the game. So you want to keep that upgraded so you can keep all your spells upgraded, because your spells are limited to how high you can upgrade them based on the level of your relic hall. So it's important to keep that upgraded. And aside from that, what you want to be doing is working towards that 6th hero base, because initially, pretty early on, you get 5, but to get that 6th one, which does make a big difference, you have to upgrade a bunch of stuff. So basically, you need to upgrade your gold vaults, your gold mines, your mana vaults, your mana mines, and your army camps. You have to get them all to level 16. And to do that, you're going to need to have your town hall at level 14. So when it's level 14, you should be able to unlock all those things. So that's really what I would work for. Of course, all the other buildings, you want to keep upgrading them slowly here and there, but your main focus should be to get that 6th hero base. And we'll talk about getting additional builders later on, because you start with 2, but you're going to want more. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about is the most basic, and that's gold. So where do you get gold? You get gold from raids. Okay, let's go ahead and get in here. So yeah, what you get gold from is raids. We did a whole video about how to get gold and mana, so you should check that out. But basically, your main way that you're going to get the gold and mana is from raids, not from the collectors, because it's just too slow and it's way faster to raid. And what you want to use them for, the gold for, what I usually do, first thing I do is use it for spell upgrades. Alright, so upgrading those spells. And the next thing I'll use it for is troop upgrades. So my troops, which is found in the training center. Right here. So I already have something upgrading right now, but yeah, I always want to keep those busy because they don't take builders. So I want to make sure I have that taken care of, and then I can focus on what I want my builders to build, which is the next thing that I use my gold for, which is buildings. Most of the buildings take gold to upgrade. Yeah, so that's what I would focus on. And again, those same buildings that I was talking about to get your 6th hero base. Another thing you can use gold for, if you have Lost Realm unlocked and it's at high enough level, which isn't really that high, I don't think, to start getting the merchants. So you get those by battling, and it just randomly happens after you battle or open a chest. Also, you can open the question marks, which we happen to have right here. Let's see what we get. Sometimes you get a merchant, you can get a number of things. Look at that, a merchant. Alright, so I don't know how much gold I have, but you generally want to go into Lost Realm with max gold. So you want to max out your gold before you go looking for a merchant, because you want to be able to buy everything that you can that's useful. So I have a decent amount of gold. So in here, I'm going to go ahead and grab these blue crystals. I'm going to go ahead and grab this deadly strike just because, you know, I generally try to empty all my gold when I go in here. And that revite, which is gems, we'll talk about that later. But I do want that. Okay, so that's what you do. You go in here, you just try to get a merchant, and then you blow all your gold basically. Okay, and then if you still had stamina left, you could go raid some more, fill up your gold, and go back in. Another thing you're going to use it for is hero upgrades. Not as often, but yeah, you definitely will be using them for that. So I can show you right here. Do I have anybody that I can upgrade? Let's go ahead and do this. Alright, so if we go in here, you can see I need to upgrade this hero. So if I go to upgrade, you're going to see down at the bottom, I need 30,000 gold, 3,000 honor badges, 50 flames. We'll get to the other two later, but you know that cost of gold does go up as your heroes progress, so that's another thing you're going to need it for. And again, this doesn't cost a builder, so you know, you just farm it up and spin it. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade her, spin the resources, boom, and you can see it increases every time. So next time I do it, it's going to cost 100,000. And eventually it does get pretty high. But again, gold is never really an issue because it's so easy to get from raiding. If you play a lot and you got a lot of time, you want to raid a lot, you like raiding, leave a builder open for your walls. That's a great thing to upgrade. It does make a difference, and it's a good way to dump your gold. Alright, so that it never fills up. And if you're going to go offline for a long time, you know, just throw all your gold into your walls, because eventually you're going to want to max them out. All my walls right now are maxed, and it does get pretty expensive, so it's a nice place to dump your gold. If you have all your walls upgraded like I do, you have all your builders busy, you don't really have anything to spend gold on, buy spells. Make sure you're buying spells, make sure you're using spells in battle. Even if you don't really need them, just use them. Why not make life easy, right? Don't risk your heroes dying and you have to wait. So, and that's something that for some reason took me a while to do, because I just like saving gold. But you know, if you don't need it, use the spells. Just use them. Drop them all. Alright, next, so that's it for gold. Next we're going to talk about mana. Mana, basically, the first thing you're going to use is for building upgrades. You do need it for things like the hero bases, and also anything that has to do with gold, your gold vaults, your gold mines. It's going to take mana to upgrade. So that's primarily the first thing I'm going to use it for. I forgot to say, builders always, gold vaults and mana vaults are always important too, because it increases your max capacity, which you're going to need to keep up with the upgrades of your buildings, or else you're just not going to be able to have enough gold and mana to upgrade them. So that's something to keep in mind. The next thing you're going to use them for is inscriptions, and this is really big. This is probably where you're going to dump most of your mana. And inscriptions you can get to by going to your hero's altar. Who did we just upgrade? Assassin. I think we need a 4-star. You have to have 4 stars to upgrade your inscriptions. Right here, so inscribe, you see the inscribe button. I can't really inscribe this guy because I'd have to upgrade him. So you have to upgrade him. You can only get to a certain amount of inscriptions, like so for a 5-star hero, it's going to be 40. But once I upgrade him, I can go ahead and inscribe him. And you can see it costs blue crystals and mana. We'll talk about blue crystals later. But yeah, mana is a big thing right there. And this is probably what you're going to use mana for most of the time when you're not upgrading a building that costs mana. The last thing you're really going to use it for is troops. And troops are dirt cheap. They really don't cost that much. Even at lower levels, I don't really notice the drain on my mana. So like, let's say I wanted to train some griffins, you know, And it's kind of like, why not? Especially at lower levels, you want to train whatever you can. Even at higher levels, it doesn't hurt to have some ornithopters laying around in case you need them for a base or something. Then you don't have to go out and gem them. And it's just nice to keep them around. Doesn't really matter. Troops aren't that important later on. Mostly I just use them to bait out heroes. Okay, next we'll talk about shards. Oops. And primarily you're going to get shards from dungeons and here be monsters. So in dungeons, basically what you're going to do if you really want the shards is go to the highest elite dungeon that you can find, because those are usually going to give you the most. This is my best one, and I can get 57 shards. So just sweep away. There you go. Got one. None. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. There you go. Maybe like half the time or so. Maybe a little less than that, but you get the idea. Okay, and then you can also do here be monsters. I don't know if I have any, but basically by completing the last wave or by sweeping, you will get shards. So let's do a sweep. There you go, 75 shards. All right. That's why it's important too to keep up with your Here Be Monsters and your dungeons, because you get those shards, and that's primarily where you're going to get the shards. If you're free to play, a good way to spend the shards in the beginning is to get some of the shard heroes. And let's take a look. I think anybody will tell you a good hero to start with is, where is he? There he is, Thunder God. Right, that should probably be your first shard hero. And even if you, pretty much, I don't think a lot of people are going to be paying to play this early in the game. So Thunder God is a good hero to get. Really strong, and he'll last you throughout the game. He's a really good hero. Okay, other heroes to get, Emortep's cool, Grizzly Reaper, Atlantic Core, but they're pretty expensive. So if you're free to play, and you can't roll them, you're not rolling them, go ahead and buy them. It's no big deal. It's a pretty good investment. If you're pay to play, you might just wait till you roll them. That's what I did. I didn't buy any of these guys. I did buy Thunder God though, with shards. Okay, and next thing you want to spend shards on, and this is probably what most people do, is essences. Okay, and these guys are used to level the skills on your heroes, which is really important. So pretty much all of my shards either go to essences or guild donations. So when I have some shards, I'll go ahead and just get as many as I can, because you're going to need it as many as you can, because there's lots of heroes and lots of skills to level. So hold on to those. What you don't want to do is buy ordinary or elite heroes, because you're probably going to roll them anyway. If you're just starting out and you have terrible heroes, like I just did this on my free-to-play account, you might consider buying an angel. But again, once you get that druid, then you got your healing covered, because the angel is a healer. Not a very good one, but it's something. But if you're patient, just wait for that druid from the daily rewards. On the 30th or 20 something day, you'll get the druid. So if you're patient, just wait, because the 21st day you get the druid. And then guild donations, that's like super important. Like if your guild has a donation requirement, make sure you're hitting that guild donation requirement every day, because it helps out the guild. They're helping you get shards and honor badges, so you should be helping them. And to donate, you just go to guild donation. You donate whatever you want. I already did my donations today, but who cares? I'll double donate. So our requirement is 60 a day, so I'll go ahead and donate 60 more. Sometimes I just donate to donate, because they do help me out a lot. I get a lot from them, so it's good to give back. And you can see it show up in here, people donating. Alright, next let's talk about merits. So merits you primarily get from expeditions, which you can get to from the arena. I've already done mine for the day, but you do get a lot. And you know, at first you may not be able to clear the whole thing. You may kind of struggle, but it's important to keep trying. Get as many merits as you can because they are important. And another thing to remember is you don't have to waste all your heroes on a base if it's tough. If you can get that 50% and move on, it's better than losing your whole team and trying to get 100%. Also, if it's just terribly impossible, you can always skip it and go to that. You get 5 skips for that. So make sure you're doing those. You get those every day. Try to do your best on those to get the most merits you can. Another way you can get them is the team dungeons, which is up here. Okay, so you go in here, you get the chests, and the chests, they have merits in them. Actually, I think I have some, so we'll go ahead and take a look at that. Yeah, so here's the chest. Let's open one up, or all of these up. There you go, merits, and you get shards too. Yeah, shards and merits, and essences. So it's good to keep those on cooldown. Right? You don't want to let those build up too much. You got battle chances up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. I try to keep them down all the time because it's a good source of merits and shards. And the big thing that you want to save your merits for, which you can always check in the warehouse. If you go to buy items, see down there I have 101,000 merits, which is a lot, but I've been saving for a long time. I don't really spend them because once your heroes are evolved, you get the artifacts, and the artifacts take merits to upgrade. And altogether, 204,000 merits to upgrade all of your artifacts to level 5. Right, so I'm about halfway there, and I've been saving for a while. I don't really buy too much stuff. The one thing you do want to buy if you see it up there is a talent refresh card. That's super important, and that's the one with the wings and the little refresh symbol. It's in the thumbnail of this video if you want to take a look, but it's pretty obvious. That thing will get you 300 gems basically. So what you do is you get the talent refresh card, you save it, and then when you get the quest on the quest board, which I can't open right now, but you use the refresh card, and then you get 300 free gems. So always buy those talent refresh cards, no matter what. That's the most important thing, second to saving them for the artifacts. If you already have enough for your artifacts and you're looking to spend, I guess before there were artifacts, I would buy the quest refresh cards. If there were any crests I needed, I'll still buy crests sometimes, like if it's one I really need to complete a set or something, I'll go ahead and take the hit. But generally you want to just save them. It's worth saving, I believe. What you don't want to spend them on is the junk, like merits, books, mana, all that stuff. There's better ways to get them. There's better game modes to get them in, and it's just not worth spending the merits because you're not going to get much out of it that way. It's just better ways to get everything else. Okay, yeah, so that pretty much covers merits. Next, this is a big one. Honor badges. Alright, so basically, honor badges are used for bringing your hero to the next star level. And that's pretty much it. That is pretty much what you want to use honor badges for. You don't want to use them to roll for heroes. You have a terrible chance to get a legendary or anything good. Most of the time you're just going to get slime, so don't even bother. Don't even bother. Yeah, it becomes like a struggle. Let me try to find somebody I can up right here. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and get one of these guys. Alright, so you can see this guy right here, Thunder God. He has his a glowing star right there, and that means he is ready to be upgraded to the next star level. So you can see he's at a 7. We need to bring him to an 8 because he's at level 140, and he won't be able to get any more levels until we bring that star level up. Okay, so when it's not glowing, they can gain regular levels, but when it's glowing, it's trying to get your attention, saying, hey, this hero cannot get any more experience until you upgrade his star level. So let's go ahead and do that right now. So we're going to click upgrade, and you can see there it's 100,000 honor badges to bring him from 7 to 8. From 9 to 10, it's what is it, 200,000, and then to get it to 10, it's 400,000 honor badges. And you can just imagine how many heroes you have and how long that's going to take. So let's go ahead and upgrade this guy, because we can. And you'll see this 7, there you go, change to an 8. So next time, look, 200,000 honor badges. So it gets more expensive and more expensive. But you have to do it if you want to keep leveling your heroes. So save those honor badges, super important. Super important. And how you get honor badges, you can get them from your rank. Let's take a look at that. You get a lot from your rank. So I get 7,000 honor badges a day just from my rank. And you can check out all the ranks right here. And it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Also, the expeditions give you honor badges too, along with merits. So again, keep up with those. And you get a lot out of there. I think I get about, I don't know, more than 10,000 a day. Also, the boss fights for your guild, when your guild does the boss, you get merits. You can see yesterday I got 14,300 from doing the boss battle, which is cool. So it's a bunch of little things that add up. So you know, you end up getting, like, at this level, like 50,000 honor badges a day for just little things. It really doesn't take that much time. Oh, another thing is the daily rewards will give you honor badges. See, today was 1,200 honor badges. So it's just a bunch of little things. Just keep up with them, and you'll get your honor badges. Oh, lastly, when you start to get your heroes really high up there, like my Golem, for example, he's 194. Now I could evolve him, I could take him to the next level, but I'm not going to, and that's because when you level up to 200, everything past 190 you get back in books, which converts to honor badges. So another way to get honor badges is to make sure you level your heroes all the way up to 200 before you evolve them, because you get the books. Which brings us to the next topic, books. Okay, there's a couple of things that aren't really resources, but they're kind of pseudo resources, and the most important one is books, because books give you experience to your heroes, but do not use them for that. Do not use the books for experience. Cannot emphasize that enough. Experience will come easier than honor badges. Experience you get from sweeping dungeons, sweeping here be monsters, primarily sweeping here be monsters, and that's where you want to get your experience. The books you get from the quest board, from your dailies, all that, you want to sell. Not use, sell. Because you get honor badges. And you can get a lot of honor badges. You can see, like, these books probably were, like, built up over, like, maybe a day or two, right? And look at that. Already I'm at, like, what? 30,000 honor badges. If I sell these, 72, 100,000. Right? So basically that 100,000 I just spent, I just got back by selling the books. So sell your books for honor badges. Do not use them for experience until you have so many honor badges that you don't know what to do with them, because eventually you will. You'll just have so many honor badges, and then that's when you want to start using them for the experience, boosting your might, leveling up new heroes, that kind of stuff. Oh, and then the other one that isn't really a resource, but at the same time it is flames. Alright, so right there in the upper right hand corner, you can see those flames. And those you get from clearing the dungeon. Those are the flames you get from beating the dungeons. So, like, you can see I've 3 flames, 1 flame, 3, 3. You know, those are the flames that count towards this total right here of 588. And you need that also to bring your heroes to the next star level. So for example, if we look at Immortep here, we need 250 flames to upgrade him, which we have. If we didn't have 250 flames, say we had 100 flames, it would say 100 and it would be red. We couldn't bring him to the next level. We have to have cleared that many dungeons. So that's why it's important to clear dungeons. Well, that's one of the reasons why it's important to clear dungeons, because you need it to bring your hero up. And yeah, that's pretty much it for that topic. Next, we're going to kind of go into Lost Realm here. We're going to talk about the crystals. Alright, so you can see up there in the top, you have your blue crystals and your red crystals. To get the blue crystals, it's from the crystal mines, which are these things right here. The battle altars, and then just fighting these random enemies. Out here you get crystals or keys. Sometimes you get red crystals. So let's battle these guys, see what we get, see if we get anything. Alright. And this is why you want to be clearing your Lost Realm, so you can get all the crystals you can, red or blue. You want to build them up because eventually it takes a lot of crystals. And I mean a lot of crystals to bring your inscriptions up. Hey, chests, probably get some crystals here. Oh, gold. Another merchant, oh my gosh. I don't think I have any money. Yeah, I don't, but we'll grab that slowdown. Getting merchants when I don't need them. Okay, oh. No. Alright, so let's take a look at the inscriptions. Jeez. So once you get past level 80, that's when inscriptions get really expensive. You can see here it's going to cost 172,000 blue crystals. If you look at my Vlad, 477,000 crystals, so I can only upgrade them like a couple times before I'll run out of blue crystals. And I don't want to do that right now because I want to save them for my other heroes. But I'll go ahead and inscribe Golem once. Boom, there you go. 84, and that does help a lot. The inscriptions make such a difference. So getting them up to 100 would be huge, but that's going to take a while. And also, I want to save them because they're good for boosting might. So on the lower heroes, you want to boost might on. You want to make sure you have their inscriptions up. Oh, well. Yeah. So as much as possible, keep their inscriptions up. But we'll talk about boosting might another time. Next, the red crystals. Oh, actually, really quick, you do not want to spend your blue crystals on forging because it's pretty much a waste. Like, your chances of getting something good are so low and it costs so many crystals, it's just not worth it. And what forging is you just put two random crests together and you'll get some new ones. See, 15,000, and I'm pretty sure it's going to give me trash. I mean, not the worst thing in the world, Deadly Strike, but, it's just not worth it. You'd rather spend them on inscriptions. Red crystals, on the other hand, you get from, same thing, winning Lost Realm battles, Here Be Demons, you'll get those. You just need some good partners for that. Treasure chests. I'll open the first one just because I have so many blue crystals. When you're first starting out, I don't even recommend doing the treasure chest. Just pass it up because you don't want to spend those crystals. You really want to put those into your heroes. Okay, and then also merchants. Like you saw me get those merchants. I'll always grab the blue crystals. Red crystals, I don't really do because I don't want to spend gems. So you notice that red crystals cost gems, while blue crystals cost gold, and that's because red crystals are much more rare, much harder to get. So you want to hold on to them. You don't want to waste them on anything. And the only thing you're really gonna spend them on is upgrading your crystal mines, because those cost red crystals to do, and they give you blue crystals. And there's kind of a balance you want to reach because they are so rare. You don't want to put too much into upgrading these crystal mines. Oh, I didn't notice that. I had just upgraded all mine to 11, so that's pretty much where I'm comfortable at right now. I'm going to leave it at 11. That's cool with me. Some people like to max it out, but I don't know. I don't see the point at the moment. Because later on you're going to use it to combine crests and make them more powerful. So when you combine them, they go up a level. And once you have a complete set of like a level 2, then you get that set bonus. So that's what you really want to be saving them for. And it costs a lot of money to do that. Or not money, but red crystals. Well, let's take a look. Can we do anything? We'll go ahead and we'll do this revive 4. Oops, go to combine. So when you have 4 of the same one, you can upgrade it. See, they're all 1. It's going to upgrade to level 2. It's going to take 400 red crystals. Okay, so now I have a level 2. Alright, so that's pretty much what you really want to save those for, because, and again, that's in-game, but you might as well start saving now, because it takes a lot of crests, and it takes a lot of red crystals, and that's why I have so many crests. I don't really use them. I just hold on to them for when I do really start combining them. Right now, I do it here and there when I need it. Okay, and next we're going to talk about fame. This is probably one of the most sought after resources right now. It's one of the most useful, and that is because it can potentially make your heroes very strong. So if I go to the warehouse, I'm going to go to trade fame. So you can see I have 7,312 fame, which is okay. Now, you want to be super cautious when spinning this. You really want to think about your in-game plan, your game plan, or whatever you want to call it. And this is where it's important to have a plan, because fame is not easy to come by. So you can get it from Lost Battlefield, so you want to make sure you're doing your Lost Battlefield every day, which you get to by Arena, Lost Battlefield, and let's go ahead and just do whatever here. Let's attack this guy. And, well, these aren't my normal teams, but we'll go ahead and just do it just to show you guys. Even if you lose, you still get some fame. But if you win, you get more fame. So let's see how we do here. Oh, Valentina. Okay. Alright, 1 victory. Can we get another one? I think so. Okay, so after we smash this guy, we'll see our rewards. It's best 2 out of 3. Okay, so there we got 34 fame. That's cool, but you see how little fame it is. 34. Not too much, right? When you're really looking for thousands of fame. If you look, everything costs thousands of fame. Thousands of fame. Another great way to get fame is Guild Wars. Guild Wars gives you fame. Guild Wars probably gives you the most fame, which is awesome. That's why I love being in a guild. That's one of the things that I have loved the most, is getting that fame twice a week, you know. So every week, let's say you come away with 1,000 fame. Okay, so keep that in mind. 1 week, maybe 1,000 fame. So what are you going to spend your fame on? Well, you got these talent runes. It takes 10 of them to upgrade a 5 talent to a 6. Right? So that's 3,000 fame. So that's 3 weeks. Then if you want to take it to the next level, 7, okay, you need 10 of those. Those are 600 fame. That's 6,000 more fame. Let's say you want to go all the way, take it to 8. Well, those are 1,200. That's a lot of fame. So that's 12,000 fame to take it to 8. So altogether, that's 21,000 fame. And remember, you're pulling in maybe 1,000 fame a week. That is almost half a year to get one hero from 5 to 8. Half a year, a little over 5 months. So you don't want to blow your fame. You want to save it. And definitely, you're going to be spending it on other things such as evolution runes. You want to evolve your hero, you need 1 rune. You want to double evolve your hero, you need 5 runes. That's 5,000. That's over a month. Okay, so you see how this gets really expensive really fast, and it's really limited. And the last thing you can spend it on is this level 5 talent chest, which will give you a random level 5 talent. The question is it worth it? Is it worth it to spend 5,000 fame on an uncertainty when you could spend it on making your hero stronger for sure? Because you could open this up and get a garbage. You get a 5 stone skin, or a 5 blade shell, and you've just wasted a month of your time. So I have bought a couple of these, and it's been hit or miss. The first one I got was, I don't know, I think it was a slowdown. It's alright. And then I did get a War God, which was cool, but then I kind of started realizing how rare this resource is, and I haven't bought a talent chest since. So I'm saving them for evolution runes and to level my hero skills. Personally, I don't want to take the risk of getting garbage, because it's a lot of work, 5,000 fame. So that pretty much covers fame. And now we're going to get into what I know you've all been waiting for. Gems. So gems you get from so many places, just from logging in every day. Where is it? Well, it's in here. You get 5 gems for logging in every day. You get gems for your daily rewards every day. You get a 20, 100 there. The last one is what? 20. Yeah, you get gems every day for doing nothing but coming on and playing. You get gems from your rank. 75 for me. Again, you can see how it just keeps going up. It caps out at 100 though. Can't get more than 100 gems a day. That's a whole bunch of gems for doing nothing. You can also get them from the what do you call it? Lost Battlefield. So every week you get your reward in there for doing so well. The more points you get, the higher your rank, the more gems you get, and you can look up tables of that online. It's not too much. I generally get about 200 gems a week from it. You also hero trials. I don't think I have any right now. Yeah, you can get gems from here. I usually go here. If I get a paladin or a champion, I just go for it because I know I'm gonna win. Some of them are really hard though, so it takes a while to kind of build up to that L12. You just got to get lucky, really. And some people just let them sit there, but why not? If you're gonna get something so easy as a paladin or a champion, if you get something you can beat, do it, because you have a chance to get a couple hundred gems. Oh, the quest board always has at least one gem related quest on there. So those are always good to do. And like I said, the talent refresh card, that'll give you 300 gems from completing that quest. So if you have a card, you're not spending the gems, and you're getting 300 gems. What else? Joy tap. I don't really do it. It's kind of annoying to me. But if you go in here, you go to free gems. There's a bunch of offers. I actually used to do it before I started buying gems. So there's some that are alright, like fill out a survey or download some app. If you can do them quick, you get some gems. It's good for free to play too. And there's also a Joy Tap app, which I hear is a lot better to use if you want to get the gems. So you can look into that. And then of course, you can buy gems. Which I buy gems sometimes here and there. People buy gems. It's the fastest, easiest way to get them. or to get a lot of gems. I guess the easiest way is just to log on and click those buttons, but this is the easiest way to get a lot of gems. So generally, if I'm going to buy gems, I'm going to wait till there's a good bonus. Generally 30% is good enough for me, 35% even better. Always want to go look at the events too, see what events. So not so great events. Lucky flipping's cool. Uncover the treasure. That's a good one when you spend the gems. Sometimes I'll wait till it's a really good deal, like 35%, and there's lucky flipping or treasure chest, and I'll do the events, and then I'll hold on to my gems, and I'll wait for uncover the treasure on a different day. So when that comes up, then I'll spend gems and uncover the treasure. Because a lot of times when they have uncover the treasure, there's like not such a good bonus, 25% maybe. Today's 30, so it's not bad, but you know, that's a good thing to keep in mind. What do you use them for? Gems? What should you prioritize? In my opinion, builders. Builders come before everything, because things take so long to build. You wanna get on that as soon as possible. So definitely, you start with 2 builders. Your first 500 gems should go to that 3rd builder, no doubt about it. After that, the 4th builder is 1,000. The 5th builder is 2,000, and 5 is the max you can have. But I recommend getting as many builders as fast as you can. The more patience you have, just get those builders. If you don't, if you want to spin on some heroes, go ahead, but you know, don't go too crazy, because you're definitely going to want the 5. So maybe after you get 4 builders, roll some heroes. After 3, maybe, if you want. But once you get a couple legendaries, for sure you want to get that 5th builder, because it's really helpful in the long run if you plan to play this game for a long time. The earlier you get them, the better. After that, heroes. You want to start building your team of heroes, so just go to your hero altar. Generally, you want to have it on warehouse mode. You don't want your altar to fill up. Okay, and then you roll. Right, 150 or 450, it doesn't matter. It's just 450 just does 3 at once, so you don't get any benefit out of it. Yeah, so you just roll for heroes. There you go. There's one. A pain to useless. But yeah, and then after you have a good set of heroes, you want to work on their talents. Which I'm not going to roll right now, and you'll see why. So you just click over there on the talent, go to change, and you can roll. See, I got actually had a talent quest on the quest board this morning, and I got that, so I was pretty amazed by that. So that's probably going to go on my little baby Skull Knight that I rolled last week. Pretty excited about that. But yeah, so you just hit change, you spend 300 gems, and it'll randomly replace it, and you don't have to put it on that hero. You used to have to, but now you don't. You can just see how it stays the same. You can pick which hero you want to put it on, so it doesn't matter which hero you roll on. You just can pick any hero, and then you hit replace, it'll go on that hero. Yeah. After that, you know, it's kind of up to you. If you feel if you're free to play, you might want to just stick with that. You know, save all your extra gems for maybe new heroes or talents. Talents are super important, and I think early on they're really underrated because they're so expensive. You kind of don't want to do it, but they make a world of difference. But if you have a decent team with decent talents and you have gems to spare, you can always buy the crests from the merchants, the good ones anyway. Like you've seen me buy that. I think it was a Revite, level 2. So I'll do that. Revites, Life Drains, Bulwark, War God. Those ones I'll pick them up. Another thing you can spend it on is reviving your heroes. You know, again, if you're free to play, you might not want to do that because gems are so much more valuable. They're not as easy to come by. You kind of got to save them up. But sometimes I'll revive my heroes in like Guild Wars, just so I can keep going through the bases and I can keep my focus. I don't have to worry about waiting 20 minutes for my hero to revive. Or if I'm doing a video, obviously you guys have seen me, I'll revive my heroes. But it's only 10 gems, so it's not that bad. What you don't want to spend your gems on is finishing buildings. No need. There's never a need to do that. maybe in the very beginning when it's like one gem, but like this 385 to finish it, I can wait 2 days. You can wait 2 days. You can wait for your buildings to finish. It's not really going to benefit you that much. There's so much time that it's going to take the buildings. Like, that's like a drop in the bucket. Just wait. Just wait for it to finish. Don't gem it. It's not worth it. Same thing with troop spells, upgrades. Don't gem it. It's not worth it. Situationally, you can gem beyond your capacity. And what I mean by that is, do I have an example? Yeah, so see, this takes 4,500,000 to upgrade. Let's say I had a free builder and I wanted to upgrade this. Because it does take so long, maybe I do want to do that. I have 4,200,000. It's going to cost me maybe 50 gems to buy that extra gold, because you can buy the gold beyond what you're capable of storing to upgrade something. So sometimes, it's kind of a judgment call. For my heroes, I did that a couple of times because I didn't have the gold to bring them to the 10-star level, and I wanted to get them there as quick as possible, so I'm not wasting experience. I want to be able to keep building them. I didn't want to have to wait for all my gold mines to upgrade. So I gemmed it, and it was like, that was pretty expensive. It was a couple hundred gems, but to me it was worth it. Probably if I was free to play, I wouldn't do that. I would just wait it out. Okay, that pretty much covers gems. One thing that I want to talk about really quick is pay to play versus free to play, and how that affects your gem spending, and basically what gems do for you. Because pretty much when it comes down to it, gems, they're mainly used to make your heroes stronger, right? Rolling new heroes, rolling stronger heroes, rolling them better talents, and even getting better crests from merchants. It's all to make your heroes stronger. And when you buy gems, you get a lot more gems a lot faster, and thus your heroes become stronger faster. And in my opinion, that's really why I buy gems, and why I think people buy gems. It's to make their heroes stronger. But one thing to remember, and this is super important, you cannot gem patience, you cannot gem knowledge or understanding of the game. You can't gem dedication, right? So all of these things are important, and you cannot gem these. You cannot buy those things basically with money. Okay, coming in every day, logging on, getting your rewards, keeping up with your lost battlefield, keeping up with your quest board, all that stuff. That's you doing that, and that's a lot of gems. So that's one thing to keep in mind, right? And also, if you don't have the knowledge, if you haven't taken the time to understand, you could just blow those gems, right? By, say, like, gemming upgrade times, gemming building upgrades, going through refreshing your hero talents, and passing up some good ones because you didn't know they were good, or replacing a good talent with a bad talent because you just didn't know, you just didn't have the experience. So I think there's something to be said for that. You don't want to go buy a whole bunch of gems when you don't really understand what to do with them. So you can't just buy gems and get good. It doesn't work that way. When you buy gems, you should know why you're buying them, what you're going to use them for. Yep. And for me, that's why I didn't buy gems for a long time, because I knew I didn't have an understanding of the game to where I could really put those gems to use. Now when I get gems, I'm getting them for a certain purpose. Like, all right, I want this hero because I need him for my team, because I know he's really good. Or I want to roll talents because I know this talent's really good and I want to put it on this hero. Okay, and that pretty much sums it up. So we pretty much went through every resource possible. If you guys have any questions about anything, leave them down in the comments below. I'll be sure to respond. I just want to get this video out there because we did that one on attacking, which I will link, and I wanted to get one in on what to do with your resources, how not to waste them, what to save, what to spend on, just a basic overall general guide for someone who might not really know the value of the resources. And if they're like me, they're just holding on to them, because when I first started, I was just holding on to everything. I was holding on to everything for about a year, before I really started spending them, because I didn't know what to spend them on and I didn't want to waste them. So hopefully this video, it's insightful for some of you guys. Hopefully it helps you out, gives you some ideas on what to spend your hard-earned resources on. Alright, Janklers, well that's about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.